Hey guys, and welcome back to another Sun Moon anime episode review. Today I'm gonna review episode 54, Shine Z Power Ring Super Full Force 10 million volts. This episode was a direct continuation from the last one, in which the group had entered Ultra Space to rescue Lucamine. This episode also concluded this whole Ultra Space mini arc, but I really thought the episode was a bit disappointing and anticlimactic. The episode's beginning was alright, we saw Ash face Lucamine for a bit, but she created a sea of acid between the two of them. After this we saw Ash's friends and Gladion face Lucamine's Pokémon and eventually succeeding in defeating them. And here's where my first bit of critique is coming in, about Lana, Mallow and Sophocles. Like I said in my last review, Ash's friends have little to no battling experience, and yet they were able to defeat Lucamine's aura powered Pokémon. Gladion was able to defeat Absol using a Z move, but in the past Gladion has proved himself to be a powerful trainer, but Lana, Sophocles and Mallow just don't have this experience. What also didn't help was that comedy was put in this part, again just like last episode. And again it involved Rowlet being attracted to Lilligant's scent. It just didn't fit at all in my opinion. One good thing about this though was what seems to be like a reference to Inazuma 11, in which Lana came up with a name for the combo move of Rowlet and Steenie. We even got to see text like with Z moves. If it is a reference, then that's pretty cool in my opinion. But my final complaint about this part is that it just took too long. Because of this, the confrontation with Lucamine was just too short in my opinion and kinda felt rushed, which in turn made the conclusion anticlimactic. If they had wrapped the battles of Ash's friends up in last episode, then more time could have been used on the battle with Lucamine, which would have been a lot better in my opinion. But to continue with the story, next my complaint about them being able to defeat Lucamine's Pokémon kinda becomes invalid, because Lucamine's Pokémon get up again, as the only way to stop them is apparently to defeat Lucamine herself, which prompts Gladion to head to Ash with Silvally. Finally we return to Ash, who crosses the acid on Nabi and begins attacking Lucamine using both Pikachu and himself, but he is continuously smacked away by her tentacles. This scene was pretty crazy, but Ash actually kinda felt cool in this scene. I have to praise this scene for that. Both Lilly and Gladion then arrive to help Ash out, so now we come close to the end of the episode, and I really have some serious issues with this part. So first, Nabi and Lycanroc leave to help out Ash's friends. The whole episode I just asked myself why Ash didn't use Nabi against Lucamine, and when I finally thought an epic showdown between the two would take place, Nabi just left. So basically Nabi has done absolutely nothing so far aside from opening the Ultra Wormhole, just really disappointing in my opinion. So instead of Nabi defeating Lucamine, something else did, but I will get to that in a minute. We next get to see Lilly approaching Lucamine, where she finally speaks her mind to her mother about how she hates how she's always being treated as a baby, but that Lucamine is now acting as a baby herself instead, and that she isn't her mother right now. This speech allowed Lucamine to break free from her control, and when she reaches out to Lilly, she is engulfed by Nihilego and grows in size. So this part was actually really well done in my opinion. It was a really good scene. Of course it was pretty predictable and similar to last week's Clefable scene, which made the scene somewhat less impressive, but it was still a really well done and powerful scene. It was definitely my favorite scene in this episode. What comes next though is probably the worst part of this episode. So Ash decided to use a Z move to defeat Lucamine, and as he is about to use Gigavolt Havoc, Ash's Electrium Z out of nowhere transforms into the Pikashium Z, which allows Ash and Pikachu to perform 10 million volt Thunderbolt, which is able to defeat Lucamine. I already knew from the episode preview and title that this Z move would appear in this episode, and I was really hoping there would be a good reason for Ash obtaining the Pikashium Z, but as I feared, there wasn't. It was just such BS in my opinion. There was no single explanation given whatsoever, just really a letdown. Also after the Z move, the Pikashium Z reverted back to an Electrium Z. So now it really seems like the Z move was just randomly put into the anime just to show it off or promote Ultra Sun and Moon or something like that. I do have to give credit to this scene's animation though, because it looked absolutely amazing. So even though this scene was just dumb really, it looked really amazing. The animation was just really good. I also have to say that despite disliking this scene, I really got Ash Greninja vibes from it. In both scenes, Ash and his Pokémon obtained a special power, but is reverted back to its original state afterwards, in this case as a Z Crystal. Because of this, I'm really hoping a bigger storyline will be introduced about the transformation of the Electrium Z similar to Ash Greninja. That would be really cool and interesting. If so, I can forgive the show for this random transformation. After this though, Lucamine is freed from her Mother Beast form and Nihilego disappears. Her reunion with her children was a really beautiful scene as well. The animation was also really good in this scene, especially the teary eyes. I also wonder if Neligo might return similar to the evil Malamar in XY, it would be really cool if it did. But anyways, Ash reunites with the others and together everyone returns to their own world, after which the episode ends. So I've pretty much given all my thoughts about this episode. It did have some serious problems, but I still enjoyed it, kind of. The animation in this episode was also very well done, just like the music by the way. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, leave a like to show your support, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later. Take care and goodbye.